We have arrived. First things first, people. Co-explorer here for the journey. We're going to Consensus. We're going to DCentral. We're going to Austin. Anything to say?
Going to Austin. Very excited. Very excited to see Peanut Butter.
Oh, Peanut Butter is going to be there. Who else is going to be there?
Lots of cool people. Who else is going to be there?
Lots of cool people. Gonna celebrate a birthday. Gonna have the biggest crypto Metaverse conference going down. You know, couldn't imagine a better opportunity to vlog and share this journey with y'all. All right, y'all. So
see you in Austin.
So could everyone quit telling me what I had to be? Just to be simple with you, brother. I'm truly glad to be a fuck up. Cause right now
we made it to Austin. It's late at night. We're pretty tired. We made it. This vibe is so right. Everything one needs. All right, y'all, we are at WeWork in Austin, doing everything we gotta do. Super focused, shout out WeWork. There's like Microsoft, and I saw Reddit over there. Pretty sweet. Oh, and free water, check it out. Shit's so hot. It's hard not to catch fire over here. We're about to head over to the conference, DecentralCon, happening right over there in the Long Performance Center. I think I need a bit of a change of outfit. Much better. Now let's go check out this conference. Make sure everybody running around on a full stomach. Let's see what we got here. Got some slab barbecue. You can't be in Texas without no barbecue. What's good? I'm about to go get, where's the entrance to get the badges? Appreciate you. I'm one of the speakers, I don't know. I just been walking around trying to find the spot. Gonna get badged up, get my credentials. Let's go. Oh my gosh, what? Doge Lambo? Is this a Doge Lambo? It's a Doge Clarin. Oh my gosh. We have the first Doge Clarin I've ever seen here. What's your name?
Julia Love.
Julia Love. We're at DecentralCon. I mean, how does one go about getting their hands on one of these?
It's a funny story. It's a love story.
It's a love story, folks.
Well, so first I won the car. I didn't buy it. It wasn't doged when I wanted to.
She doged it.
Well, that's where the love comes in. My other half is also a Doge lover. We believe that like silliness is next to godliness.
Amen.
So much reverence for the irreverent. And we think that that's fun is maybe like the key element to sustained conviction in the community.
Amen.
So
I agree.
Yeah, I told him we had been like friends for a long time. That week before I won it, I was like, Doge stickers are my love language.
Oh.
And then I won the car, and immediately I was like, I want a Doge on it.
Yes.
It's too serious. So he took it and did this. And I was like, it's the grand gesture of
this
all
is the
gestures.
best. This is the best. And what's the name of your community? Or can people find you online? Or?
It's just the Doge.
Just find the Doge.
Julia Love, yeah. I'm not really marketing.
Find Julia Love online, y'all.
Yeah, real Julia Love, and then this is the Doge Clarin and Gary LaChance, Decentralized Dance Party.
Let's go.
Yep.
Cause I'm looking for my way to the top. I've been working all day, working all night. Some people telling me to just stop, but I can't leave my family hungry, sleeping at night. There's no way, no. There's no way. There's no way, no. There's no way for me to come home.
Gotta love it. Doge Clarin, dog. She won a McLaren and she wrapped it with Doge. Speakers get their pass here or over there?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Thank you.
You looking for something?
Just for the good times. No, I'm just video logging. Cup noodles. Everything you need to keep you going. Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Okay, here we go.
Are we, this is for the community? Oh, sweet. I love it. Merch. Merch vibes. Absolutely do I want to take some, thank you. I mean, I'm gonna take some noodles, folks. We out here.
Ask what you want and compare it with what you get.
Metaverse is growing every day.
Up late nights on a Saturday, not at the club, wish I had a day just to turn up. Have to say my time's burnt up. Something like my pockets in the saddest way. Reality TV just laughs at me. Kinda like those bullies in high school. Behind the scenes was catastrophe. So could everyone quit telling me what I had to be? Just to be simple with you, brother, I'm truly glad to be a fucker.
Got my wearables here. We are at DCentral Austin, asking the key questions. The Decentraland Report is on the scene. Okay, we're in business here. We're in business. So many awesome brands here doing their thing.
So then when it comes to election time, we now have over 40% of the US population believes we're headed towards a civil war. Did you guys know that? That was just polled this week. The reason is because there's so much disenfranchisement going on because people feel like they're just completely unbelieving that anyone can see the world any differently than they do. And we have lost our ability to empathize one with another. That muscle of empathy has all but become vestigial. It is atrophied. So, I don't know about you guys, but I like the notion that I can still make choices and change my mind on things through spirited conversation and debate with others.
Hey, everyone, you're all great. I only counted 3 people, they all ran hell, but only 3 people left the panel as we were talking. If you go to most panels, people get up, they leave, they peek in, but we entertained you enough that you sat here, you wasted your time hearing us ramble. I appreciate it, I love you all. They'll be on stage tomorrow at 1 p.m. as well. Come and check us out.
My name is Kevin Clark. I am the founder of the Decentraland Report. We have some amazing creators here. We're going to be talking about changing the music industry with NFTs. This is not going to be a lecture. This is going to be shared experiences from creators who are in the space doing amazing things. So maybe you can get inspired, because I hear a lot of people talking about NFTs are the future of the music industry, but maybe you don't realize it's actually happening right now, and these creators right here are the ones doing it. So let's start by giving a round of applause for all of them. I'm going to start by having them introduce themselves. Let's make some noise for Tatiana right here.
Thank you. Hi everybody, my name is Tatiana Di Maria, a lifelong career musician, but have also been in blockchain and crypto for a long time. And I now run the Web3 division at a tech company called Nachi.io, like Fibonacci. And we built a huge platform across music and NFTs over the last year, and I've been consulting for musicians, companies, artists in moving into the space and translating their businesses to Web3.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for being here. And we're going to get into experiences more, but let's keep going down the line.
Hey everyone, Eric Mendelson. I'm the director of blockchain business development for OneOf. OneOf is a green music, sports, and lifestyle marketplace based in Miami.
Awesome. And Edmund, yes.
My name's Edmund Allman. That's my mother's fault for that rhyme.
It's a great one.
I've been in music all my life. Classical jazz, studio, a lot of studio stuff, post-production, Oscar team for a couple of films, blah, 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 blah. I am with Eureka. We are focused on IP protection. Our main focus right now is copyright, and we deal with NFTs. We're also dealing with some real estate, insurance. Very, very interesting. I'll talk to people more about that later. We'll talk about it in the panel.
Amazing, absolutely. When I found out about these individuals right here, I was going to get to hang out with them. I already had a whole bunch of different questions. I'm excited to see, because ultimately I think what it comes down to is people try to look at this ecosystem and they say, you know, we're moving into Web3. When what I see is really people evolving into Web3, evolving what they do and saying, how can I make this more efficient? The things that I'm doing in Web3. And for myself, it really started with a desire to sort of connect value transfer to the people I was trying to create my art for. You know, I'm a full-time tech startup founder. I'm very passionate about music technology, you know, and how that all comes together. But for me, it wasn't so much about trying to make a business case when I was getting started in the space. It was about just wanting to connect with the people that I was trying to share my art and my craft with. And so, like, for that matter, I think everybody has entered and sort of evolved into how they're using this in different ways. And to start, just like, let's just go down. I want to know more about how you sort of evolved your craft into this space, and now you're lending it to other people and showing them how to do that.
Well, I think it was seeing, so I remained independent as a musician for years and years, and I actually ended up building, I was very lucky, touch wood, and got lucky as a teenager. I wrote this album and I had some charting singles, and I was thankful enough to have enough success to then build my businesses independently. So I could not take a deal if I didn't want one and still remain sort of financially independent and own all my masters. So right during the pandemic, right before the pandemic, I was brought into Nachi, this tech company, to help develop our product in our culture and entertainment division. And that's because monetization for musicians is incredibly difficult in this landscape. And I had been building business in this, so I was like, okay, let's bring this in and build product to help musicians create and monetize. And so our focus over the last 2 years, we've got some incredible tech, which, fuck, as a musician, I'm so happy to have. So it's rolling out, but it's great because musicians are entrepreneurs and have to be entrepreneurs. So we built a lot of tech that's AI leveraged to help automate that process for musicians. And then I'd been in Web3 for a while, and I started posting on TikTok just to help educate people on Web3 at dinner parties. I was getting really tired of turning the whole dinner party into like, well, blockchain is fucking this and this shit, and it's a ledger online, free. So the point is, this was early 2021, and I actually randomly sold the first ever guitar solo NFT on the blockchain in early 2021, just kind of poking around on the creative side and going, there's great opportunity here, but let's test it out instead of just scoping it. And so now we have all this tech built in Web 2 to help musicians, and we step into Web 3 and we have NFTs. And the beauty there is, as you can see, my focus has been around empowering musicians and remaining independent and empowering myself in that department for several reasons. Number one, back in the day, the music industry was designed to have labels and managers take the business load off the artist. Why is that? Because we all know that being in a creative mindset and writing music is a very different mindset than being in a business mindset. So as streaming sites came out, revenue dwindled drastically. So now you need 1 million plays on Spotify to make $3,600. And if you co-wrote that song with someone, you divide that in 2. And if you have a producer, you divide that further. And if you have a label, you divide that further. So music doesn't generate income anymore. And what it means is that artists have to be so astronomically huge with billions of plays to generate livable incomes. That also means that labels and managers, if you're a manager making a 20% commission, you need the artist to be huge to make a living yourself. And so if you're a label, it changes who they take. And the labels is the same thing. They need you to be so huge already before they even step in. So to bring all this back to creating, essentially what happens is that musicians no longer have anyone helping them run their businesses, and over the last decade, they've had to become full-time entrepreneurs. So now they're like, we need to create all this fucking content on TikTok, and I need to do random dances, and it feels super inauthentic, and I don't want to do this, and I need to grow my Twitter, and it's stress. It's like stress across the board for musicians to get millions of fans and millions of plays to generate a little bit of income. And if you're lucky and you have, a label or a manager or even a team, and you build your business and you're able to monetize, great. But what you then sacrifice is actually your creative time. So musicians are currently miserable humans. If there are any musicians out here, like constantly posting content to grow their audience. And when we go to NFTs, we flip it. Yes. You can sell 50 NFTs for 0.05 ETH and make as much as 1 million plays on Spotify. And what that does is it allows you to sell to your 1,000
When was the last, we don't really get too many opportunities to hear a band like Queen come out of the woodworks, because the technology that is propelling that kind of music has changed. And so now what's getting through the end of the funnel, like you said, the labels have to invest in the biggest artists in order for them to get, so what's getting out there is changing.
Because what's also getting out there is people making songs designed for TikTok. Exactly. They're making songs designed to get millions of plays and attention so that they can survive. You don't have many artists who are just like, I'm gonna create my shit, it's gonna be great art, and I'm just gonna put it out. Because then they need another job to survive and eat, which means, again, less time to create.
100%. And I think that, with that mindset, we shouldn't make the mistake of thinking this is gonna go backwards, in the sense that we're gonna go back to this world where it's the best music that's gonna get played, right? The Beethoven, the Mozart, that's what's gonna make it through, through to the end of the funnel. And I think this ties to what Edmund's working on, is that actually it ties to what are investors in the music industry and people who are getting into the space of music and NFTs, what are they really getting into? They're getting into utility. And this comes back to one of the previous things that we were listening to before. It's like, how, one of the previous panels, how is the utility tied to the asset that is there? Because I think utility plays a huge role in the what's going to get to the end of the funnel now. So can you talk about that? In your
True, and I will. I'm going to agree with you, and I'm going to really strongly disagree with you. Okay, I'm 2,000 years old. I've been in the industry since I was a little kid. So I think the beginning problem is that musicians don't learn that this is a business. Okay, real estate is a business, you know that. Somebody says real estate, you look at a real estate developer, you go, this is a business, I get it. If I'm gonna get involved, I'm gonna have to educate myself, I'm gonna have to know a little bit about property and rules and then accounting and blah, blah, blah. Music's the same. If you're going to make music, make music. If you have no interest in the business, give it to somebody, and you better have an agreement with them. And if you don't, your stuff will be wonderful and people will love it, but you won't make money from it. That's it. That's bottom line. So when they come, you're 1,000, the idea of 1,000 people, 1,000 strong fans, right? You can even diminish that number and still make a good living if you do it right, depending on the product that you sell. But that's, I think, the most important thing out of what you said. If people understand that the model is not hard, knowing the business and working the business side is not difficult.
Although, may I add to that?
Sure.
So what I would say is that whenever musicians and labels speak, for example, everyone's like, remember musicians, it's the music business. Now, as a person who's run all my businesses, right, I would agree, except what they forget is it's the music business.
That's the problem.
So, and what I would say there is, you have to know about your business, you have to know how to build your business. It's more about the time management and the energy. And so it's not about the fact that musicians shouldn't learn. You should protect your fucking money.
Yeah.
Protect your shit.
Yeah.
But if you can't manage your time because you are being the social media person who's making content, the social media manager, the tour booker, so then you have to hire people. And again, as a person who's run the business for many years, hiring people can also be tricky. Yeah. And then now you're managing people and you're CEO. So then you want to hire a CEO. But CEOs in music don't exist. Exactly. They're managers. Exactly. So you have to hire a random CEO and turn them into a music person and educate them on that.
I want to have a whole conversation with you about this.
Yeah, and I'm getting carried away. I want to let you speak.
This is where it's so important. Now we get to the idea of utility. I won't take up a lot of time, but when we're talking about music, to me, I'm like you, the utility is music. But how do we then, if we're going to use NFTs, add to what this tool is? So the NFT is not piece of art. It's not a piece of music. An NFT is a tool to which you add what you've created, right? And so with Eureka, our job is protection of that asset and making sure that that asset is protected for the creator and for the customer. And in producing utility, there are a number of different ways that it can be done in the music industry. And really, I think we just have to be as creative as you're describing. You know, if we stay open-minded about what's possible, we can figure out how to provide utility within an NFT. In the end, you're trying to connect with your audience. It's about a one-on-one connection with that person, and then multiplying that person by however many. We get up to 1,000, right? Or 10,000, keep growing our audiences, which is great. But I think we have to just be very open-minded and very creative about what we're going to present to that audience, and be very careful about the technical side of what an NFT is and what can be attached to it, yes, and how that can be redeemed. So yes, what our solutions are the protection, making sure that you can see what is available and what's been redeemed, and then the ability to redeem it. So we've built solutions for that.
That's infrastructure. I mean, that's what we need right now.
Right.
Eric, I'm curious to hear you weigh in on this. Tell me a bit more about how you evolved into this space. What do you see on the horizon?
Well, I'm a recovering music executive, so I come from the music industry, managing and discovering talent, and yes, working on the marketing.
Placed in between us right here.
Marketing and promotion side, and got into blockchain technology more so for social tokens. back in like 2017, basically being able to reward fans for discovering content and sharing it across their social networks. I was about, my team and I were about 5 years early on that concept, and that kind of morphed into NFTs, and I think that the next iteration past NFTs is going to be what we were doing in 2017, which is to actually reward fans, as well as creators creating content, fans discovering it, sharing it, and everyone getting compensated for their network effects that grow whatever platform they're a part of. None of us are getting compensated for growing Apple or SoundCloud or any one of these other streaming platforms. And I think that Web3 technology has the ability to break that whole model wide open.
Absolutely.
I do want to touch on the utility word for a second, but before I get into that, I am curious to know how many in the room are musicians? I'd like to know what kind of audience we are. Great.
Yeah, baby.
How many people in the room have actually bought a music-related NFT? All right, great. And how many of you that have bought a music-related NFT, was the music actually integrated into that NFT, or were you buying more of a name and likeness type art NFT? Right, see, very, very few. I don't know where I was going with that, it was just a research thing for me.
Absolutely.
Utility, in my opinion, is the most overused fucking word in this entire NFT space. Yeah. Because 97, 98% of NFTs don't actually add any type of utility. They give you a perk. Tickets to a show, get to listen to music in advance, but that's not the gift that keeps on giving. So to me, the real utility for a music-related NFT, beyond it being access to a membership or the artist digital fan club, which is really what this music NFT space is all about, is being able to return some sort of yield to the holder. And the only real way to return yield to a holder is if you're able to unlock liquidity in the music space around digital rights or around music rights. There's 1 or 2 companies out there that are doing it. I'm not sure if they're doing it legally compliant. It's none of my business. I mean, I hope that they do very well and succeed. But what I'm talking about is royalties. Being able to basically, if the token holder, if I either invest in a developing artist because I believe they're going to be the next Drake, or if I want to buy into an artist royalty stream right now because they are Drake. I think that that's really the future of where this music NFT space goes, and I think that we're going to see it before the end of the year in a very legally compliant manner, and I hope that one of the company that I'm employed for is the one that ushers that in. To me, that's the real utility, is being able to return yield, not get some song that you've never heard of before. I mean, that's here today, gone tomorrow.
What are the names? Yeah, I'd love to add to that. Oh, sorry.
I was saying, what are the names of those? I'm just curious.
Of those other platforms? Well, Royal is one of them.
Royals, definitely.
And there's one other one I completely draw a blank for it. If I Google it now, I'll figure it out. But
Big Boy, Nas, Diplo, they've dropped NFTs on Royal, so I would definitely check them out.
I
Wait, can you please ask us who's made a music NFT?
Who's made a music NFT?
Who's made?
Hold on. Afterwards, definitely link with me. I wanted to buy some more music NFTs.
So I had a thought on what you were saying, because I have a bit of a different perspective, which is, at the beginning of 2021, there was a lot of talk and chatter around royalties, right? Musicians, we were all in Clubhouse talking, and it was, how do you collect NFTs? Royalties, how do you collect royalties on the blockchain? Because BMI are behind and no one's on the blockchain yet. And the truth is, I've just talked about how you make jack shit in royalties, right, as a musician. So the concept of building an entire platform where your fans can invest in you early and also make jack shit in royalties with you, and I think it's wonderful in terms of yield, and I actually agree that should be a component, and it's a viable component moving forward. With that said, I also agree with what you're saying about access, right? So the point is, a lot of the platforms now, as a musician, the reason I've been building our platform, we've been building our platform since May last year, is because we didn't want to build a platform where you just got royalties, because as a musician, I know how little that pays, and I don't want to make my fans spend a lot on an NFT or anything of an NFT and sit there and wait for royalties like me. It's not the funnest game. However, there are other things where, collectible songs, for example, there's concert tickets, there's lifetime tickets, there's all sorts of different things are. So to me, the NFT is a file type, but it's a file type that allows us to attach so many more things to it. So instead of just selling a song or a vinyl or something in life, you can now attach a digital fan club membership to the NFT. You can attach backstage access. You can attach so many things. I was just going to say that what I've been doing over the last 2 years in consulting is helping artists connect with, they struggle in what to NFT, what platform to NFT it, fear of not selling the NFT, how does it relate to my community? And so we built a platform called superfanatics.com. We spent a year building out, it's rolling out soon, and as a musician, What I love about it is it takes care of so much of this for the artist and makes it easy for the fans to be able to buy value and buy in without having to be Web3 native, but make that connection with fans. And I say all of this to say, it's huge. It's not just royalties. It's not just concert tickets. It's not just collectible art. It's your entire ecosystem can now exist in Web3 in a way that you can monetize and earn financial freedom, and it's win-win because your fans get incredible access to awesome things you can make. Now, what you make, whether you just make a song that's a lot of musicians are like, I don't want to make a crap song and sell it. I want to save my good songs for radio or for promo and shit. What am I going to make a crap song and then sell that as an NFT? That doesn't feel right. So anyway, superfanatics.com is rolling out very soon. There's a landing page. Feel free to check it out. It's super, S-U-P-A, fanatics with an X on the end. But
yes, I definitely want to make sure, and we're wrapping up now. Special thanks to everybody who came out here. Happy Wednesday. We're in the Wednesday video. I was like, hey. Y'all, it's Wednesday. We had a good time last night. We partied it up. Secret footage, can't show you that. Shh. But we're gonna keep working, and then we're gonna party some more tonight.